So what's next on our little list of topics here?
And we just threw this list together tonight, just because that's what we do.
Great show prep.
Yeah, we're
This is what we
top-notch
always
researchers.
do. Why are you acting like this is any different?
Yeah.
We do this every time.
Yeah, don't be surprised at this point. One of our old favorite shows from the 80s and early 90s has been reborn.
Yeah.
And is honestly is not a rebirth or reboot, it's a continuation.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It is.
We're talking about Night Court.
Yep.
We're all I know Jess and I are huge fans. I won't try to speak for the other guys. Big fans of Night Court.
Bo is.
Oh, I always enjoyed it. I remember used to catch it always, it'd be usually with the reruns after the either local before or late local news.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But now
I watched it when it was still like running,
Yeah.
when it was still not the rerun portion of it. So
I watched it live.
I did.
There are only a handful of shows growing up that I could tolerate with a laugh track. One of them was
Yeah.
Roseanne,
Uh-huh.
and then Home Improvement.
Mhm.
And that's about it.
Okay.
Any other shows, it was like I really have a very low tolerance for shows. Because the thing is if you've ever like seen where YouTube videos where they take the laugh tracks out,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, it's terrible.
It's always it's always like a cheap way to pace the show to me. And I'm not
Yeah.
going to get too deep into it, but that's one of the reasons I don't like laugh tracks
Mhm.
is that it doesn't feel like it's as fulfilling of a show because they have to put a laugh track in. It's almost like they're trying to cue you to laugh at things.
I get it. I understand
It
that.
doesn't feel organic to me.
You someone else I
Totally
know
get that.
feels that same way. I know.
And totally get that and agree. Totally agree with that. And which brings me around to I watched a video the other day about how they used to make You Can't Do That on Television, the show that really launched Nickelodeon and the slime for Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
And they would show that they were talking about the production of it, and they would film that show in front of a live studio audience of kids. And they would do the show in front of the live audience, and they would record the kids laughing, and that's what they would put together with the actual episode. So it was the legit reactions from kids.
Okay.
And so they were
But you can
unique
always
in that.
tell. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but growing up, I could tell if it was real or not because I
Right.
mean, there are the rumors that persist. And granted, I don't know what the validity to this is, but a lot of the pre-recorded canned laugh tracks that some shows use were recorded so long ago that the odds are that the people that were recorded laughing are probably long since passed away.
Oh yeah.
So it's like you're listening to dead people laugh about a show they never saw. Kind of creepy.
Their legacy lives on. And their
really,
laughter.
I'm trying to think outside of Saturday Night Live, is there any show that is taped or performed in front of a live studio audience?
Not anymore.
Not that I can. Well, I mean, I don't.
Like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and shows like the sitcoms like that back in the 90s were done. The majority of those were done in front of a live audience.
Yeah. I don't really get much into sitcoms per se lately, so yeah, it's kind of hard for me to tell.
Yeah, and
I don't think so though.
I will tell you, Kev, the one show that bugged the mess out of me with the pre-recorded laugh tracks because there was no sense in it. Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The old Hanna-Barbera cartoons had laugh tracks. I'm like, why?
Right.
There was a time when everything had laugh tracks.
Because they did that with the Flintstones too, didn't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
The thing with me is it's always made me feel like it's like when you're a writer and you're in the writer's room, you're so insecure about your content that you have to inject a false laugh to cue people on when they need to laugh. It's like the applause light that comes on in the studio audience or whatever. It's like, I don't look, if it's funny, I'll laugh. I promise you, I will laugh. That's why I'm watching this for.
It's one of those things like I can mentally tune out the laugh track if I'm enjoying the show. I know.
I think I can do that too.
And that's why I preface this by saying Roseanne and Home Improvement.
Yeah.
Because those are both phenomenal shows and I love them. And and the content was so good. But it's the same thing. If you were to take away the laugh tracks, the pacing of the show would be horrible.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. I agree with that. Yep. Well, the new Night Court, I'm assuming does use laugh tracks. I think Kevin picked up on that.
Oh yeah. I got about 15 seconds into the show and I was like, nope. Not gonna happen.
So there's Kevin's take on it.
Yeah, so there's Kevin's Night Court review. Nope.
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 Well, I watched it like Jess was talking about back in the 80s and 90s on the first run. I mean, we saw every new episode and loved that show, and loved Harry Anderson.
Yeah.
He came to the Stardome here in Birmingham one year, and my ex-wife and I, we went, and we were sitting actually in like the first or second. Well, they're set up by tables, but we were right there at the stage.
Yeah.
And getting to see him do his magic and telling his jokes and stuff live. And he pulled out this big poster board and drew a grid on it and wrote different numbers, and it was a mathematical magic trick. And so he did that and then folded it all up when the trick was over, looked down at me and said, "Here, you can have this," and handed it. So I've got Harry Anderson's, magic trick. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
And I've got I didn't get his autograph on it, but I've got his handwritten numbers and grid.
Nice.
But I did wind up being able to get his autograph after. And so, so I got to meet him, which was
lucky you.
Yeah. So that was great. And of course, at the time he had retired from acting and was running a magic shop down in New Orleans. But unfortunately, most of the cast, the majority of the cast of, Night Court has passed on.
Yeah.
Richard Mull, who was Bull, the bailiff, he's 80 now. He's still around. Marshall Warfield's still around. Of
course, John Larroquette, who is in the new show.
John is actually the only cast member, the original cast member that is with it. And how they brought him into it, it did my heart so good.
Yeah.
It's so wonderful seeing Dan Fielding back. Instead of the prosecutor, he's the public defender now.
Yeah.
He switched roles and he's having to get used to that. And not being the jerk and then actually trying to defend his clients.
and well, I'm not disappointed in this, but they have to at this point in time. We're getting a much different Dan Fielding.
Well, he's older, wiser. He's
evidently he did find the one woman to settle down with, but unfortunately he is a widower. So
at least that's what we believe at this point.
Yeah,
because he said she's like, "Oh, hey, were you married?" And he said, "I was."
Yeah,
but he wears a wedding ring.
Yeah,
on the show. So, but I'm going to butcher her last name, Melissa
Rauch.
Rauch.
Yeah.
Rauch.
Okay. She is the voice of Harley Quinn in the DC animated series that's out right now. She's that voice.
I thought that was Kelly Kuko, the other Big Bang
I think
Did they switch?
She was the voice of Harley in one of the movies, I believe.
Oh, that's it. It. Yeah. Okay. My bad. Okay.
I was gonna say she was a Harley voice. Now we hadn't seen any of these, so this is why
was it the Batman and Harley Quinn?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. My bad.
Well, that's okay.
Well, no.
I don't watch the new Harley Quinn stuff. I prefer classic Harley.
But Kaylee Kuko and they were both on Big Bang Theory. They were both blonde, so easily to.
And Kevin, you talk about shows that you don't like. I hate Big Bang Theory. That is such
I've had probably 24 people in my life tell me, "I can't believe you're not watching that." And my response is, "I can't believe you tolerate laugh tracks."
Yeah.
And then they go into this whole spiel, and I'm like, "You don't want to hear me talk about laugh tracks because I'll make you upset, and I will probably change your world on how you tolerate that." But anyway, it's a sticky point. Some people have their things with it's things that you don't like. It's laugh tracks are a trigger for me. So
gotcha. Well, Big Bang Theory to me is just not funny. I don't find that show funny. I don't find it as nerd. I think they swing for the broad general nerd audience. They don't get deep down into what we're really into, and so I can't stand the show.
Well, they borderline make fun of nerds.
Yeah, kind of stereotypes.
Like that's what bothers me. It's like if you glorify it, that's one thing, but then you try to pigeonhole like what a nerd is. It's almost like those movies that we had back in the 80s. Nerds. I mean, it was like they're
With the pocket protectors and
Yeah,
big
yeah,
glasses
and they're
and
trying to
stuff.
make
Yeah.
fun of it, and I'm like, no, just
Mhm.
modernize it. I mean, modern nerds
Mhm.
aren't like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, Melissa from that show
Mm.
is she plays Abigail Stone. She is Judge Harry Stone's daughter.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I, as much as I didn't like her on, Big Bang, not that I watched an overload of those shows.
Yeah.
In this one, she's got his mannerisms,
Mhm.
and there she talks about him a lot. There's a big reference to the previous cast. I mean,
Yeah.
that's why I say
Yeah.
it's a continuation of it. But there's only been, as of right now, 2 episodes. The third one will come out this
Well,
week, I imagine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, she's an actor, so I mean, I would, it's
Yep.
not right. I mean, it's not like it's the same character or anything, so I would
Right.
expect it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly. But
Yeah.
she it's like you can tell that's Harry's daughter.
Mhm.
I mean, she brought out Clarence,
Yeah.
the big fake armad or the stuffed
Yeah.
armadillo.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm dying to know if that's the original prop.
Yeah.
I want to know if that's the original armadillo or they just find one just like it.
Yeah. But it looks close.
Mhm.
Yeah, and and I know Mel Torme is long gone, but I really
Yeah.
hope that there's some infusion of his music somewhere in
Yeah.
Oh
this.
yeah, I'm sure there'll have to be. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of good callbacks. Like I want a good callback to Buddy. That was one of my favorite.
That's what we talked about.
And
that
he's
too.
still
Yeah.
alive.
Yeah.
John
John Astin.
Astin is
Yep.
still alive. Could he? Please. And the guy that played Phil,
Mhm.
the bum,
Yeah.
Mhm.
he's still alive, I believe.
Yeah.
But
Because he could come back. He could
Phil-
come back as Will.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Phil's twin.
Yeah, because Phil
Yeah.
on the show died
Mhm.
Right.
and had all this money, and
Right.
Will, got up with Dan and handled all that.
Yeah.
Like I said, Marsha Warfield's still alive,
Mhm.
and I like your comment the other night, Bo, about
Oh yes.
the
cannot-
new bailiff.
I feel bad. I forgot her name, but
Well, they call her Grugs.
Grug, yeah.
But
That's
like,
her
like us,
nickname.
for those like she is like if Bull and Roz had a child, she
Mhm.
is
Yeah.
the child of Roz because she is
Yeah.
she has got Bull's his I want to say his wackiness over
Mhm.
enthusiasm, but at the same time she goes into the Roz. She's
Right.
not gonna
Mhm.
play with that moment, There the zany bailiff has always been one of my favorite characters, or
Yeah.
because I mean you had Bull, Roz,
Selma.
Selma.
Flo.
and Flo. I mean,
Mhm.
they were always some of the best laughs were
Mhm.
thanks to them.
Right.
Yeah. And then, of course, is his name? I told you, research we do really well
Yeah.
on the show.
Try me.
Huh?
Try me. You
Hmm.
know me and my night court stuff.
We had Mac as the original
Mac,
court
yeah.
clerk.
Right.
Mhm.
This new guy has been really good. This
Yes.
first 2 episodes. I
Oh
really
yeah.
enjoyed
Okay.
him.
You're talking about the new guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been really good.
I thought you were going to refer back to previous cast or
Mm.
retro.
The sets are
Yes.
rebuilt just
They're
like the
scary.
original show.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's scary how good they look.
Yeah.
It's like you step back into the original show.
Well, like the cafeteria is like you definitely like it's the same layout, but it's updated for like
It
what
is.
would be modern. It's very done very well.
Yeah.
And it's a government building, so it's just going to stay the same, right?
Right.
Yeah,
right.
pretty much. Yeah.
They just slap some new paint, and here and there. But yeah,
Right.
the reconstruction of the set was really good.
And
Yeah.
The court layout as well. Like I said, the hallway going to the judge's office, like all of it's
Yeah.
just it's scarily like
Harry's chamber.
Mm-hmm.
the great
Abby's
thing
chamber
about
now.
it is they did there's a lot of love and attention to it.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
And I hope it does well. Like I said, I enjoyed it. I hope it gets a full season.
Yeah, I certainly do too. And it's
What
From
what
what-
network
from-
is it on?
NBC
NBC
and
Peacock.
Peacock. Yeah.
Ooh, that's challenging.
The reaction that I typically don't look at social media for show reactions, but I was curious about this one because I'm like, when we watch, I'm like, this is pretty good. This is
Mhm.
this is almost dead on with the original.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I went looking, and a lot of people were saying the same thing. It's like, wow, this was actually a surprise show that
Mhm.
it's so close so far to the original.
Yeah.
And I like that it's a continuation,
Mhm.
not
Yes.
a reboot.
Well, that seems I think they may have learned their lesson that's what people want to revisit the places again. You can do new characters and stuff. Like
Mhm.
I haven't watched it yet, but from what I've heard, the '90s show on Netflix is very favorable.
Oh, that
the-
90s show.
Yep.
Yeah, following up with the 70s show. Mhm. Yeah.
Another
Yes.
one I would love to enjoy, but alas.
Yeah. I am one of those that did not like that 70s show. So
I like the
Hmm.
earlier seasons better than the later
Yeah.
seasons.
yeah, I'm not inclined to watch that
Mhm.
90s show.
Yeah.
Um, one tidbit that John Larroquette shared on Late Night with Seth Meyers. I caught that interview on YouTube. John's son did the theme song for, not actually did pretty much all the music
Mhm.
for the new Night Court series. And John was like, "This is not nepotism." It's like, well, then how did this happen? Well, his son, he said his youngest son is a musician and just happened to listen to the original Night Court theme and just like jazzed it up a little bit
Mhm.
and just said, "Hey, Dad, what do you think about this?" And John was like, "Oh, that's really good. You kept the spirit of it, and he said, it sounds great." And he said they were sitting around in production one day, and he while the show was being made, and he just like, "Hey, what do you guys listen to what my son did? He did a really cool version of the song." And the showrunners liked it so much that they used it and hired him.
Mhm.
And I have to say that's one of my gripes. The show intro is very quick. You don't get enough of the good, like the big long intro like the original show had, which I mean I understand. Let's
A lot
get
of
to the
shows are
show.
like that now. They're
Yeah.
very quick intros. There's nothing like it used to be.
And I wonder, is that because the episode links are the same,
Mhm.
but you
Yeah.
shorten that intro, gives you a chance to squeeze in another commercial.
Yeah.
That too.
Did they make room for advertisers in
Mhm.
there?
Right.
So I don't know. But from 3 of 4 of us, I'm thumbs up for the
Mhm.
new Night
Yes.
Court. Kevin's
If they didn't have
abstaining.
that darn
Bah
laugh track.
humbug.
Yeah. And that's okay.
That's fine,
That is
man.
Perfectly
okay.
fine, man.
Look, it is okay.
Hey
Hey,
guys, I'm just
we-
trying to get these from Star Wars fan to me. I'm just still trying to get these guys to watch Andor so we can talk about it.
We're getting there.
Yes.
These were
Slowly
two
but surely.
22-minute episodes
Yeah.
versus 10-hour long. We're going to get there, promise.
They average 38 minutes per episode.
Okay. Well, I promise we're going to get to it. You know how this month has been.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so our advice: give it a
Sure.
Give it a
give it a
chance.
watch.
If you
you
can
enjoyed
tolerate
the
laugh
original.
tracks, enjoy it.
Yeah. Yep. So, the only other thing we've got really to chit chat about, and I'm going to let everybody else chit chat that wants to, because I have zero knowledge about this movie.
I haven't watched it, but
I
I'm
want
aware
to
of
see
it.
it. Yeah, aware of it. Just as something Jess wanted to bring up.
Well, yeah, because
Well-
just in how we like to find, ties to our state and things to bring to the forefront of things from Alabama.
Before you jump into it,
Okay.
what were you going to say, Kev?
I was gonna say right before you get into that, Jess, I just wanted to note how Brock just said he really has no stake in this because he doesn't know. He actually wrote in our notes that the name of this movie that Jess is going to bring up is Everything to Everyone All at Once.
Is that not the title?
No.
No, it's not.
What's the title?
Okay.
Go ahead, Jess. You will now introduce the title.
Yes.
I'm going to go into this segment now.
I'm going to shut up.
It is awards season, and then there's a lot of buzz out there about what's out there. And we've had a couple of awards. We've had the Golden Globes take place. There is a movie out there right now, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
I was close.
You were
Not
close.
really.
Yes.
I got all at once right.
So why do I bring this up in an Alabama-based podcast? Well, it is directed by a pair of gentlemen that are known as Daniels, because there are two gentlemen, both with the first name Daniel. One of the directors, Daniel Scheinert, he is from Birmingham, Alabama.
Woo!
Woohoo! He is. This movie is getting a lot of praise. The cast is getting a lot of recognition and awards for this. Daniel Scheinert was born and raised in Birmingham. He attended Oak Mountain Elementary and middle school, and he was a student at the International Baccalaureate program at Shades Valley High School.
Baccalaureate.
Thank you. So, I didn't look.
I'm already tickled because Kevin in private
I
chat
see that now.
said, Brox, yours is the Bollywood version.
It's everything to everyone all at once.
So I have not seen this movie yet, but it definitely has piqued my interest. Kevin is the only one of us that has seen it at this
I believe
point.
it's on Paramount Plus. I
Mhm.
believe it is.
Yeah, it is
Oh,
available.
it is? It already is?
Yes, it is
Yeah.
available for
Okay.
streaming.
I actually, this past week, I was coming home from Michigan, and on the plane rides home, I actually, in 2 parts, I actually got a chance to watch all of it. It is a
Mhm.
very, very heartwarming story, and you guys are gonna love it because it's like it mixes Matrix with like acid,
Yeah.
weird, like
Yes.
crazy stuff.
It is
People
a
with
ve-
hot
it's-
dog fingers, like
And
weird.
it's like stuff
I
with
feel
multiverse,
attacked.
right?
What's that?
It is
But-
like multiverse, like in
Yeah,
the part of
it's-
that.
It is
Yeah.
very multiverse.
It is
very
it's a
multiverse.
parallel universe,
All in one movie?
multiverse type situations. Yes.
Okay.
Just
Um,
watch it. It's one of those movies that just goes down a rabbit hole and just keeps
Mhm.
going and going and going and going and going.
It's got
and going, and then it
Michelle
gets to the
Yeoh in
end.
it, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
she has recently won the Golden Globe for her performance in this movie.
She's also in Star Trek Discovery.
And short
Yes, she is.
round. Short rounds in the movie.
Short round.
We're
Yeah.
going to talk about Short Round here in just a minute. I also want to bring up too that this movie is also produced by the Russo brothers, so that should
Yeah.
kind of
Multiverse.
tell you something about the the style, the theme, the expectations of this movie.
Okay.
So I hope that we do get to sit down and watch this soon. But you were talking about Short Round, Mr. Ki Kwan. Let me tell you this, I am so happy for him. I am genuinely happy for him. He's kind of a staple of the childhood, growing up
Mhm.
with being Short Round and
Goonies.
Indiana Jones, and of course the Goonies. I mean, y'all know that I have massive love, major love for the movie The Goonies. So he was Data in the Goonies.
Mhm.
He also went on to be on Head of the Class. I did watch that show when it was out, and he did have a part in Encino Man. After that, he took a break from acting. He stopped acting. He went to school. He became a stunt coordinator and assistant director. So he came back. He came back to do this movie. He got and funny enough, when his entertainment lawyer who helped, close the deal on getting this movie for him is Jeff Cohen, who was Chunk in the Goonies.
Oh.
Mhm.
So he's
about
turned
that?
into an entertainment lawyer. So he uses him as his entertainment lawyer. So that childhood, all that stuff goes back to the Goonies, which makes my heart very happy to hear
Look
that
at
kind of
that.
thing. But he has also won a Golden Globe for his performance in this movie. And like I said, the cast, Jamie Lee Curtis is in this movie. Hold on just a second. I'm
Ooh,
going
that's-
back to my page here.
Do the truffle
Um,
shuffle.
Yeah. James Hong, who is been in several
Lots of things.
Lots of
Yes.
things. Most notably Big Trouble in Little China. That's one of my favorite movies.
He has a
but
great part in the movie too. Very
Yeah.
great part.
I don't doubt that one bit because he's a fantastic actor. So I'm really interested in this. I hope we do get to sit down and watch this very soon.
Hey,
Mhm.
Jamie Lee Curtis, I'm sold.
Yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis, her part in this is
Mhm.
one of the most hilarious things I've ever seen her do, if not the most hilarious thing.
Yeah.
She is so good. You guys are gonna love this. Well, so here's what we need to do. You guys watch the movie. Let's next episode, if we can, let's talk about it because
Okay.
this show is 100%. It's already getting
Mhm.
awards, so it's gonna it's the Oscar buzz is crazy for this. So
Okay.
And also
That'd be
going
great.
back to Ki Kwan just briefly, he was in Encino Man also. And with Brendan Fraser, who is also caught up in the season of the Academy Awards for his role in The Whale.
Hang on. I'm doing a brain scan. Where was he in Encino Man?
I don't know because it's been a while since I've seen Encino
That
Man.
used to be one of my favorite movies. I loved Encino Man.
He was in Encino Man. He was Kim in Encino Man.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right.
It's
Wow, I
been
didn't
years
realize that
since
was
I've
him.
seen Encino Man.
I didn't
So
realize that was him. Okay.
I knew he
Cool.
was in there, but I have not seen the movie in so long. So, and if we could, real quick, since we're kind of on a Goonies, I'm gonna end this.
Well, you were trying to do the Brendan Fraser.
Well, I was just
tie-in.
saying, he was in Encino Man with him,
Mhm.
which of course, but the two of them right now with the award season, they're both getting a lot of recognition
Mhm.
for both of the movies, The Whale and for Everything Everywhere All at Once. So it's just kind of, you've seen a lot of pictures of them reuniting in a lot of these awards banquets and things that they're attending during the season.
Yeah, I saw the lovely bro hugs they were giving each
Yeah.
other for that one.
And then, of course, Ki Kwan has been, there's been a lot of pictures out right now. And he even recognized, Steven Spielberg when he won at the Golden Globes. And so there's been a lot of pictures of him reuniting with Steven Spielberg and Harrison Ford now that he's been kind of back out front and center due to this movie and all the acclaim that it has been getting this
Wouldn't it
season.
be
Yeah, I
amazing
mean,
if he
there's
just showed
a
up?
picture that was out there with him standing and posing with Harrison Ford. So that's
Yeah.
Would
Yeah.
that not be incredible if he just showed up in the next Indiana Jones?
He should. I mean, he should. All right.
Have
he
that
should.
surprise cameo. Oh, that'd be great.
But before we completely get off this subject, I will bring up that the Goonies house that is in Astoria, Oregon, it has been up for sale and it has sold.
Do you have the pictures of this
Yeah,
readily available?
I've got it right now.
Okay.
I should share my screen here, right?
Yeah, and you can't
Sure.
touch anything else afterwards.
no
Okay.
Yelp reviews of it. Okay.
Yeah. No
So-
Yelp reviews.
Can y'all see this?
Not yet. Bring it up. Share it.
Okay.
You got it. Come on. Come on. You can do it.
Oh, this is
Pressure. Peer pressure. Peer pressure.
how do I do this?
Hit
For all of
share.
our audio listeners,
Present.
Jess is trying to share her screen.
This is like the third time she's tried to do it tonight, and she's getting the hang of it.
Okay.
You got it. Present. Share. Well, you don't be on
It
over
doesn't
there.
say present.
It does down at the bottom.
No, it doesn't.
Mine does. Does it say share screen?
Yeah,
All right, hit share screen.
I did.
We are very sorry
Where?
for our audio listeners.
Present.
Where?
Share screen.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's gonna get this.
Window. Share.
Look yonder.
Can
Is
we
it-
just-
okay, there you go.
Okay. Y'all got
All
it?
right, yeah. Just thumb through the pictures. Don't hit anything else.
Okay. So apparently this sign is out now on the house. This is the Goonies house that's in Astoria. And apparently this house is next door to that house.
It says Goonies not welcome for our audio listeners.
Yes.
Huh.
So the house next to the one that says Goonies not welcome has this sign. Ignore Karen.
With an arrow pointing to that
Uh.
house.
So I'm going to close the screen now.
Hey, wait.
Oh, what?
Okay,
There
now
you
you can.
Okay. There we go.
All right.
So, there's been talk about where this house is located. It's a very narrow street. It's not, I mean, you can't drive up to it. You almost have to, you can drive, but it's a very narrow driveway, very narrow street. There's only like 3 or 4 houses on this street. So I get it. So it's not a great area that can accommodate a lot of people. So
Mhm.
over the years, there's been postings, private property, do not approach, do not come onto the property. Well, apparently this person is a fan of the movie and he wants to allow people access to the house, and
Like
now
he's even
it's-
redoing the gate mechanism, right?
Yeah.
Like how it opens.
he's
Oh,
trying
wow.
he is trying to really restore this to how it was for the movie. So
He's gonna
not
have a
upset.
mechanical data swinging down from the thing like in the movie.
That would be great.
Mhm.
So yeah, I would love, this is a house that I would love to gaze
Visit.
upon at some point in time. Although I don't think that's ever going to happen. That's a little far out.
Where is it?
At least
It's
they
in
don't have
Oregon. Yeah,
at
it's in
least they're not
Oregon.
throwing pizzas on the roof, okay?
No.
Like
Have
some
an
other
A1
movie
day.
houses we know of. Yeah.
Who says we can't go to Oregon? I mean, I really don't want to go to Oregon, especially Portland.
Well, if I ever go
But-
to Oregon, that's what it's going to be for. It's going to be to see the Goonies.
It's not in
house.
Portland, right?
No, Astoria.
Astoria. Okay,
Mhm.
good. All right.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to Portland.
Sorry, Portland listeners.
We just lost a listener.
Well,
Jeez, bro.
Hey, we still have ours from Belgium. It's okay.
Hey, yeah.
Salute.
No.
Salute.
No. Look, Rosetta Stone.
Okay. But anyway, that's all I wanted to really share on that was
Okay.
that that situation with the Goonies house, and you can kind of go and research that and check that out and see the story behind all that. But
Okay.